there are things that happen in sports that seem unbelievable. Football has the drive and the fumble. Baseball has the shot heard around the world. Basketball has the shot. In 1984, the Runoffs had the crash.
Well, the race got started under threatening skies, and after one aborted attempt at a start, on the second time past the green, they finally got going. Fitzgerald jumped into the lead, and Hansen was not far behind. And after a couple laps, Ken Slagle worked his way up into third position.
And was listening to the PA, and after a good period of time, no cars went by, nothing. And it was eerie. And then you had the sounds of kind of emergency vehicles going by, and you could tell something big had happened, and it was very big.
It is pouring rain only in turn 6. I can see all the way up to turn 3. It's dry coming down through the S's, but turn 6 is absolutely pouring down rain. Here comes Fitzgerald. I went, uh-oh, this is going to be big.
GT1, they're fast. They're almost out of control as it is. Add water into the equation and all bets are off.
So on lap 12 of the scheduled 18, one by one, 18 of the 23 cars in that race slid off the track at a very high rate of speed.
Bam, bam, bam into that guardrail.
Now when you put 18 GT1 cars off the track at the same spot, you eventually run out of safety barriers, and that's exactly what happened.
2 or 3 cars all at once came. They hit that guardrail simultaneously, knocked it down completely, and went into the woods. Now they hit those other cars and pushed them further back, and the wreck wasn't over. It kept coming, until finally they wedged into the woods so tight that really you couldn't go anywhere. And then here comes this Corvette, and it's hauling. It hits that grass and that water, and man takes off. He hits the side of this Camaro, and the Corvette just flips. It goes upside down on top of the heap, and boom, catches fire.
The race, of course, was stopped, and the order was wound back to the order across the stripe at the end of the previous lap.
The last leader of the clear race was Jim Fitzgerald, giving him the win that year.
I also ran in to Jim Fitzgerald as he was coming up the steps to be declared the winner and do his press conference in the old Atlanta press tower. And he was shocked. He was still in a state of shock. He had a little bit of humor, but still it had been a very trying experience. He just had a white-faced look that I won't forget.
The most serious injury was encountered by a driver in his first and only Runoffs appearance. That was Ron Blair, who ended up with a broken leg.
You know, the interesting thing is there was one more race to run that day, and that was E-Production. The safety crew got as many cars out of there as possible, but there were still 10 cars in the woods, 10. And there was no guardrail. So they coned off that section of the track as a no passing zone and held the race. It wasn't until Monday that all of the cars were finally retrieved from the ravine, loaded up and hauled home. That was a moment. Wow.